So we have been studying lesson number 24. Now this is part 2 of lesson number 24, substances, objects and energy. Now you use your brain power and tell me. That means you think over and give me the answer. Or whatever is being directed to do, you do that. Make a list of all the everyday substances that we use in the form of a powder. Who will tell me? Raise your hand. Every day we use in the form of powder. What are those substances? Stand up. Tell me. First thing, your mummy makes some paratha or sabji for you early in the morning to give you for the lunch. Who all will tell me? Tell me one substance. One substance. Masala. Like chili powder. Masalas that are used in the making food are chili powder. What else? Your grandmother makes rangoli early in the morning. Huh? Who will tell me other powders that we use? Washing powder for washing the cloth. What else? Anything else? One more thing you can tell and then we'll proceed ahead. Hmm? Hmm? The salt. Salt we are using every day. It is not exactly a powder, but it is a grainy powder. Grains are there. The sugar, it may be in the form of powder, it may be form of grains. Okay. So these are the substances which are in the form of powder. They're tiny particles. Even the atta is basically that you are using for making chapati and paratha is also a form of powder. Okay. What else? Naphthalene balls are placed in warm cloths. After some days, why do the cloths also smell of naphthalene? Naphthalene balls रखते हैं गोल गोल कपड़ों में, हैं? कितने लोगों के घर में कपड़े में रखा जाता है? जरा हाथ ऊपर करो. खास करके कॉस्टली साड़ीज में रखा जाता है. जो कॉस्टली क्लॉथ होते हैं उसमें रखना जरूरी है. Otherwise, what happens? The insects come in. They damage the cloth badly, and the costly cloths damage means lot of loss. Okay, so these naphthalene balls put their smell around them. Any substance that is in almost nearby will be smelling like a naphthalene. It has got a smell. Why it happens? Just think over. We will discuss. Naphthalene balls are also placed in toilets. नेफ्थिलिन बॉल्स को टॉयलेट्स में भी रख देते हैं, खास करके यूरिनल्स में, पब्लिक प्लेसेस में यूरिनल्स में बहुत हैवी यूज होता है. सो naphthalene balls, a bunch of naphthalene balls are kept there in the hotels. If you go good hotels, they keep it. So there again it spreads its own smell, so that foul smell does not come. Naphthalene is continuously being converted into small particles in the gaseous state. There are some substances like camphor. Camphor, when we heat something, it gets converted into either liquid or directly into gas. So naphthalene balls are getting converted into gaseous state. Such small particles from the balls settle on the cloths. So the cloths too smell of naphthalene. As the particles leave the naphthalene balls grow smaller in size and slowly disappear. तो छोटे छोटे होते जाते हैं, पहले बड़े बड़े होते हैं, धीरे धीरे छोटे होते जाते हैं और अंत में खत्म हो जाता है. Where it goes? It goes and sticks around the substances which are nearby it and gets converted into vapors. Naphthalene balls get converted into gaseous vapors. Particles of rangoli are all fine like a flour. Rangoli colors are also available in the form of grains. Suppose you do not have rangoli powder, what things can you use as a alternative? What things can you use as an alternative for rangoli if you don't have rangoli powder? Tell me. You are all doing drawing classes. What you have? Crayons. Huh? Have crayon or not? You have crayons of different colors. You can crush them, pound them into small grains, and then as a powder and use them. Okay? The states of substances. Any substance may be in three states. What is that? Gaseous, liquid, and solids. Most of the thing around us we are seeing in the form of solids. Like this bench is a solid. Hmm? The pencil that you are using is solid. The pen and book is all solid. The door is solid. The walls are solid. The fan running is solid. Hmm? These are all solid substances. The water that you drink is what? Solid or liquid or gas? Huh? अरे कोई बोल नहीं पा रहा. Nobody is speaking. Huh? It is a liquid. It is a liquid. And bench on which you are sitting is a solid substance. So there are three type of state. Huh? There is another one, fourth state is also there, but that you need not know. That you, as a scientist, you will understand. For the time being, you just understand that thing can be either in solid form or in liquid form or in gaseous form. Now let us see water. Every day you are using. When it is in the fridge, you take out from the tray, from the fridge, you take out some ice. It is solid. It's very cool. If you touch it, it will stick to your skin. When you let it be there on the platform of the kitchen, or you just heat it, it will become liquid. You further heat it, that liquid becomes vapor. Huh? We make tea in the morning. Yeah? You put two mug. You put two mug up for you and mummy, suppose, and you heat it. What happens? The water starts boiling, and you put tea in that, sugar in that, and some masala that you like with the tea. What happens? It starts boiling. After some time, vapor can be seen going up. What is that? It is water getting converted into gaseous form. The water which has come from the solid, that was ice gets converted into liquid water, and water gets evaporated or boiled up into water vapors, and it goes and mixes with the air. You cannot hold it. So there are three states of matter. Same thing is available in three states: solid, liquid, and gas. Now solid, when they are in the solid form, their particles, tiny particles that we are talking, are very, very close to each other, touching each other, bonded with each other. They are bonded with each other. If you try to separate the bond, you will not be able to separate it like this bench made of steel. If you just put your hand like this, you will be hurt, but they will not break. But what happens in the water? You put your hand like this, your hand goes down comfortably, and the water separates out. So that means their particles are not very strongly bonded with each other, not closely bonded with each other. And in the gaseous form, vapor, it is just, you can't even catch it, it goes away. Water to even you try to hold it for some time with the help of your palm, you can hold it. But gas, how will you hold? You will not be able to. Its particles are far, far away from each other and they keep moving away. That means they are not attracted towards each other very closely in the gas. Maximum is in the solids, they are very strongly bonded. Then is the in the liquids, that is water, very not very strongly bonded, and in the gaseous form they are not very strongly bonded at all. They are free to move around here and there in the air. See the picture, the ice particles are shown. See this, ice particles are touching each other. Okay, this is how they are bonded. In the liquid form, when the water is there, the particles are not touching each other. Just see, it is a sort of depiction. That means they are not strongly bonded. In the gaseous form, see, like clouds. Clouds is formed from the water vapors. So they are having particles far away from each other. Particles are little away from each. Far away means it is not 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer. Means you cannot see with your eyes, but still they are far away. They are not touching each other. Okay. So let us see. Water is found in nature in three states: solid, liquid, and gaseous. In all the three states, the liquid's particles of water remain the same. In all the three states, the individual particles of water remain the same. However, the arrangement of the particles in each of these states is different. That is, in ice, particles in solid states are shown, particles in liquid states are not touching each other, and in gaseous state they are further far away from each other. As a result, we see differences in the properties of solids, liquids, and gases. All substances in the nature have a particular form, that is, they are made up of particles. In nature, every substance occurs in a specific state. Accordingly, that substance is called a solid or a liquid or gas. For example, aluminum and coal are solids, kerosene and petrol are liquids, while nitrogen and oxygen are gases. Now we are sitting here and breathing air inside. There is made up of mainly nitrogen. Very huge quantity of nitrogen is there. Then is oxygen and other gases also. Oxygen is the most important one, which is needed by us for survival. Different substances have different properties. Substances may differ with respect to properties like hardness. Like this bench. Bench is very hard. It is very hard. There are certain solid substances which are not very hard, like the rubber ball. It is soft. Hardness, transparency. You cannot see through this bench, but you take a glass pane of the window, you can see through and through. That is transparent. Color, some are white, some are green, some are blue, some are yellowish, some are gray. Solubility in water. There are substances which are soluble in water. Like, give me one example which is substance which is soluble in water. Who will tell me? Raise your hands. Which can dissolve in water? Raise your hand. Tell me. Hmm? Sugar, yes. Salt, very good. Give me one example of the substance which does not dissolve in water. Anybody? Oil, if you, coal also will not dissolve. Yes, coal will not dissolve in water. Oil will not dissolve in water until unless you try to unnecessary move it around in the water. So there are substances which either dissolve or don't dissolve in water. That is also a property. Substances and objects. What is substance and what is object? I told you in the beginning. Smita went to buy an earthen pot. There she saw many things kept for sale. How did she identify what she needed? Earthen pot has got certain shape, so that she wanted to purchase. From what substance had the potter made all the things? Firstly, there may be wooden things, there may be earthen things made from earthen pots are there. What is the difference between a substance and object? Object have a definite shape. Like this bench is an object. And what is the substance with which it has been made? Iron. Iron is a substance and bench is a object. The bench is an object. Objects have a different shape, so it has got a different shape, bench. Their parts are put together in a particular way. Objects are made from substances. Look at the objects in the picture above. What substances are they all made from? अब इसमें देखो क्या है? What is this? What is this? Bat. What is this? Chair. What is this? Table. These are all three substances. This is all three objects that are made from a substance known as wood. This is all made from a substance called wood. Now,